It was a quiet evening when Ethan Reed, a successful millionaire businessman, decided to return home earlier than planned from his overseas trip. He had been away for almost 2 months, building partnerships and chasing profits, but deep inside, he missed his family terribly. His mansion stood tall on the hill, lights glowing softly, giving off the illusion of warmth, but tonight, something felt different. As his car pulled into the driveway, Ethan noticed that the house was unusually silent. His wife, Lena, usually greeted him with a hug, and their little son, Noah, would run to his arms, screaming, "Daddy's home." But there was no sound, no footsteps, no laughter, only the faint hum of the refrigerator from inside. Ethan frowned, dragging his suitcase behind him as he entered. "Lena." "Noah," he called out. No answer. He walked through the living room, everything spotless, as if untouched for days. Then, a faint sound came from the kitchen, a clinking of plates, followed by a soft sob. Ethan's heart started to race. He moved closer, his polished shoes tapping softly on the marble floor. When he reached the kitchen doorway, he froze. On the cold white tiles, his little boy lay motionless near a half-eaten plate of food. His face was pale, his small hand limp beside him. Ethan dropped his briefcase instantly, rushing forward. "Noah. Noah, wake up, buddy," he shouted, panic rising in his chest. He gently lifted his son's head, shaking him softly, tears welling in his eyes. The kitchen door creaked, and Lena appeared, wearing a long burgundy dress, her face pale with fear. "Ethan," she whispered, trembling. "I didn't expect you home tonight." Ethan's voice cracked. "What happened to our son?" Lena knelt beside them, her hands shaking. I don't know." He was eating his dinner, and suddenly he just collapsed. Ethan's mind was racing. He checked Noah's pulse, it was faint but still there. He quickly grabbed his phone and called emergency services, his voice trembling as he gave the address. Minutes felt like hours as they waited for the ambulance. Lena cried softly beside him, her hands covering her mouth. Ethan kept whispering, "Please, wake up, son, please." As the paramedics arrived and took Noah to the hospital, Ethan's eyes fell on the plate of food, mashed potatoes, broccoli, and a few small chicken bites. Something about it didn't feel right. He noticed the faint smell of chemicals mixed with the food's aroma. A chill ran through his body. Hours later, at the hospital, the doctor came out with a serious expression. "Mr. Reed, your son is stable now. Fortunately, he's going to be fine." But the test results show he was poisoned, a mild toxin mixed in his food. Whoever did this knew exactly what they were doing. Ethan's world went dark. He looked at Lena, whose face turned white. "Poisoned," he repeated, his voice shaking. The doctor nodded. "Yes. If you hadn't arrived when you did, it could have been fatal." Ethan couldn't speak. His wife's eyes filled with tears, but not of grief, of guilt. "Ethan," she whispered, "I can explain." "Explain what, Lena?" "That someone tried to kill our son." Ethan demanded. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "It wasn't meant for him. It was for you." The room fell silent. Ethan stared at her, frozen in disbelief. "What did you just say?" Lena broke down completely. "I didn't mean for this to happen. I've been lonely, Ethan. You're always gone, always working, chasing more money, more success. I met someone, and he convinced me, he said if you were gone, everything would be easier. I never thought." Ethan stepped back, his heart shattering. "You tried to kill me." She sobbed uncontrollably. "No, Ethan, please, I didn't mean to hurt Noah. It was supposed to be you." Ethan turned away, his entire body trembling. The man who had built empires couldn't comprehend that his own wife, the woman he trusted more than anything, had turned into his destroyer. The only sound in the room was the steady beep of Noah's heart monitor, reminding Ethan of the innocent life that nearly ended because of greed and betrayal. When Noah finally woke up, Ethan held him close, tears flowing freely. "Daddy's here, son. You're safe now." The next morning, the police came to take Lena away. She didn't resist. Her eyes were hollow as she whispered, "I'm sorry." Ethan said nothing. His silence was heavier than any words could be. Weeks passed. Noah slowly recovered, but Ethan's heart carried a scar deeper than any wound. He realized that in his pursuit of wealth, he had lost sight of what truly mattered. Money couldn't buy trust, loyalty, or love. Standing in that same kitchen where everything changed, Ethan stared at the sunlight streaming through the window. "Never again," he murmured. "From now on, my son is my world." He sold half his business, donated millions to children's hospitals, and started spending his days with Noah, cooking breakfast, going for walks, laughing together again. Sometimes, pain opens the door to purpose. And Ethan learned the hardest truth of all: the richest people are not those who have the most money, but those who have someone to come home to. Forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more.